Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the. I still can't get over the video delay on the previous
Yeah,
screen, by the way.
it's funky.
I move my hand, then it moves later on the screen because we fixed the audio sync sort of, but it's a ghetto solution. Anyway, welcome back to the Summit Asia, powered by Twitch. It's time for Hyper Glory Team. I think they've lost their spunk since they switched from Hearts Get Together, David. I'm not convinced.
Well, actually, no. Hearts Get Together were like the joke of the WPC season.
How can you not be a fan of Hearts Get Together?
This team has never actually
got a special place.
The team with ZSMJ never played at Hearts Get Together. Like when they got this team of XCT, ZSMJ was when they changed their name. So the old Hearts Get Together.
They're a better team. It's just a little bit better anyway. But
I agree.
Well, game 2 of the best of 3 coming up now. LGD currently leading the set 1-0. Draft is underway, and well, might as well just hop on into it. We can talk about it a little bit more. But
sounds good.
Game 1 was the anti-mage show.
Well, again, we get Invokers slipping through the pool, so return of the anti-mage plus Invoker, maybe. LGD.
They'll have first crack at him if they want him here.
Do we get a CTY Invoker?
I don't know if he plays the hero. I don't. He has so few pro games actually recorded, maybe like 40 to 50.
Even if he did play Invoker, like he's been away for a while.
That is not like a hero that you just like, oh yeah, I'll just like come back to Dota and play at my top game on Invoker. Definitely.
Especially the Exo Invoker. I think Quaswag's a lot easier to execute for like a year, well, for anyone.
In theory, but they changed the timing with EMP, like the detonation time, so well, they will go for it.
Okay.
There you go.
LGD seemed not too phased. They gave that one away, and that's because Centaur was in the ball. I think they were expecting HGT to maybe go for that Centaur, since XCT loves it and plays it so well, but they were happy to get it for themselves. Yao plays a pretty mean Centaur himself. All the Chinese teams just love their Centaur.
He is just... He's just one of the most annoying offlaners in Dota. One of the few that can really threaten for early kills as well in supports. Like even more than Bat. He's got way more just burst damage and killing potential there. And well, what did HGT go for next? There's a Shadow Demon out there. Morana's available. We've seen her a bit more popular in Asia, very popular in the West. And other supports.
Oh,
Zero games on Invoker for CTY ever.
Well,
on Dota 2.
We'll see if it's going to be C2 and Invoker or not. But
in theory, maybe they could have someone else handle the hero, XTT or ZSMJ perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, as much as this is probably a big deal for HGT to try and qualify for the summit, at the same time they also want to get as much good real-time match practice leading up to the TI4 qualifiers, and that's where if C2I needs to be playing Invoker in those qualifiers, you may as well start putting him in pressure situations in a match, facing elimination. They say, look, C2I, you deliver now or we're out of this tournament, so
don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Everything's on your shoulders.
Go ham, my son, is probably the rough translation.
Go ham, my son.
That's the rough translation of what ZSMJ would have said to him in Chinese.
Well, Nyx is the choice here for HGT, so... Okay. We saw a solo mid-Nyx with kind of forced there to dodge a bad matchup.
It was the offlane player on the solo mid.
Still worked well.
Yeah.
He actually missed quite a few impales, but it didn't matter in the end.
Okay, we'll see what the two teams go for me. LG on that dire side, if they want to go for something like the Shadow Shaman AA support combo, which kind of Vici Gaming popularized, they can. Having easy access to the Roshan Pit with the Serpent Ward's always nice. For now, Lifestealer banned out. Lifestealer, great matchup against Nyx, so I think this kind of makes sense as a ban. And one of Rabbit's more played heroes. If you want to ban out Rabbit, you ban Lifestealer, you ban Weaver, and that's...
Yeah, Weaver not as scary this game. Nyx Invoker, pretty good at dealing with Weaver. Not the best, but pretty solid.
Yeah. So
Lifestealer much scarier versus those two.
I think it's still so maybe if they want to ban out his heroes, they would ban the Weaver.
For LGD, thinking what would be good for their draft, I feel like something like a Storm Spirit could go very nicely with the Centaur Inch Apparition. Very good pick-off potential. Puck, probably your safer solo mid option. And we'll see another Axe ban. HGT, not going to get their hands on that. Like you said, XTT has had some good games.
It's just like not worth the risk. Axe is one of those weird heroes to go up against because he's just got a very unique play style. So you don't know if he's going to tower skip, what he's going to be up to. If he gets a fast blink, he can just win the game off of that. So it's worth just banning it because you don't know where Nyx is going. It could well be a support Nyx. You may as well just ban it out rather than risk. Like what else? Maybe you ban out like another more standard ZSMJ carry, but there's nothing more.
It pretty much suggests that they expect to support Nyx. Like, yeah, Axe can play 4-position jungle, but you run offlane Nyx and 4-position jungle Axe, and that makes your lanes very weak. Yeah. So, TA's the ban.
Okay.
So, I don't know the last time I've seen LGD run that. To be fair, I haven't been casting them much recently.
And Lin has not played that many games with the team, so it's hard to know what kind of heroes they want to be putting Lin on. I've seen a mix of like pucks. We saw last game on the Invoker. He seems pretty flexible, which I think is a good reason to have added him.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if LGD don't go puck here. It just works so well with Ancient Apparition Centaur.
LGD banning out XDT specific heroes. Oh, they're going the Wisp Tiny. It looks like.
Oh boy.
It's always nice when you do this because you've got the first pick coming out. You take the Wisp, but now HGT like, well, you're going Wisp Tiny, but how do we stop you?
We'll just take a value Tiny pick.
Unless you're like Fnatic, you're not doing that. So
Fnatic would just take. Well, they would have taken the Wisp earlier, but if they were still here somehow, they would just take like Tiny Ogre.
Yeah.
And make it work anyway.
Yeah. So this is one of those really clever things you can do in the second pick stage. You can always do it in the first pick stage, but then it's like Wisp Tiny does have counters.
The one option they maybe have is just say, all right, you want to go Tiny Wisp? Great, we're gonna go heavy push. Get a Necro Book, run Fire Invoker, and pick up like even a Pugna, Death Prophet safe lane, and
Nature's Prophet's still there if they want to go for the offlane Prophet for XTT.
That's teams that have beaten the Tiny Wisp. It's generally done early game. You don't normally win that after the 30, 40, 50 minute.
Okay. I'm getting K-Pop-tosis affirming that I'm a clever, brilliant man.
Yes, that's what he's saying.
Tiny almost always in the second pick stage is the information that was being relayed here. So Enchantress picked up HGT. You said you want to win early game. Well, Enchantress is a great way to do it. No surprise by the LGD. Snap pick Tiny. They were probably spamming down, mashing down that mouse button like a Weaver mashes time lapse when he's stunned. So
that's a skill strat, dude. Just gotta R at the right moment.
Dude, that was the game we were casting a few days ago with Weaver, where he kept getting off these clutch like 10 HP time lapses.
Just because he was ahead. That was the only reason he kept.
But every time he was getting time lapse off like right before he died, and it was like, man, he looks so good, but really he's just spamming that R button, like R, push it as fast as you can and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's pretty much all he was doing.
And then once you get it off, it's like, oh great, I'm alive. Let's Shikuchi around again. But
so I would like to see HGT either go heavy push or go aggressive tri-lane. I think if they don't do, or if not aggressive, then pressure the Tiny Wisp plane heavily, but they don't do either of that.
Okay.
Luna can fit the bill. So this does suggest one or the other. Definitely heavy push, maybe some sort of aggressive lane.
I think you want to put Nyx off lane, not because I think Nyx is... Well, I think it's just because if you do Nyx Enchantress as your support duo, they're 2 week early game. You want Enchantress with a Rubik, with a Shadow Demon.
Nyx should definitely be one of the solo lanes.
Yeah.
He could be mid, Invoker safe, and aggressive try, or the more likely one is probably just Nyx off. And
you want a really good ganking support duo, and Nyx Enchantress doesn't give that to you. So they banned Dazzle. I mean, Dazzle Luna, one of those combos which had some crazy win rate, which there's not like crazy synergy between the heroes, but for whatever reason they had like some 65, 70% win rate and 6.80. I don't know.
It was just like two of the heroes that were normally slipping through that were strong, I would say, more than any huge synergy between them.
Yeah, but HGT, I would say, really want to get a support here. I think running anything other than Nyx off or Nyx solo would be a bad idea.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a good hero to get.
Yao Brewmaster? Who's been playing the brew?
Generally, Zhao Tuji's played some carry ones, but they mix things up. LGD, I think this will be a mid Brewmaster, so probably Lin on the Brewmaster with Yao on the offlane Centaur.
Okay.
It'll be Zhao Tuji's not going to go anywhere away from that carry Tiny role. But all right, so HGT 5th pick for them. I think Rubik's probably the best option.
10 seconds.
Good versus Brew. One of the easier ults in the game to steal.
Oh, it is going to be a support next, I think. I don't
Could be support type.
Yeah, but XCT takes
pretty Haas playing. We'll be offlane type.
It's just like ganking with Nyx Enchantress is tricky because you haven't got that instant, like you haven't got a good setup for the Impale's like dicey whether you're going to hit it or not. Enchantress doesn't lead a gank well, so
she can if she has the right creeps, but it's just not reliable.
It'd just be like if you had a Shadow Demon Enchantress ganking with an Exort Invoker, you've got so much more killing potential this game.
Yeah,
like I feel like their early game killing potential is very lacking with this draft.
Tide is just so hit or miss for me. Like we've seen EG rounded successfully for Universe a few times, but there's also been so many games where you blow the Ravage or just don't use it when you have an opportunity, and then you spend 2.5 minutes doing nothing when they have a Centaur who's fighting every 10 seconds in the mid game.
That was Revenge vs EG earlier today.
Yeah,
Revenge Tide who couldn't do anything late game.
Everyone looked at the slight Tide buffs and thought like, oh, this hero's so legit with the increased damage reduction from Anchor Smash, but I still see a hero that has a lot of problems. In this, this is a very fast-paced meta. Like teams want to fight early, often, and frequently too. And constantly. All the adjectives are adverbs.
Frequently? Did you say frequently?
Early, often, and constantly.
And
frequently as well.
Yeah.
It's a frequent aggression kind of game. All right, we'll introduce our teams here. HGT trailing 0-1 in the best of 3, but they'll look to make the comeback here, force a deciding game 3, and they are on the Radiant side. You've got XTT as your Tidehunter. Heavy amount of regen. 8 Tango Salve and a single Gauntlet. ZSMJ will be going on to the Luna, something he has played in the past 7-8 games or so. Pretty Haw, your Nyx Assassin. CTY, first recorded game in professional play on Invoker. Looks to be going for the Exhort build, and that does leave S playing that support Enchantress. And meanwhile, on the Dire side, we've got Team LGD looking good, up 1-0.
Yeah, up 1-0. We will see in the offlane. Centaur played by Yao. Early Observer will drop by him. It's going to be Wisp Tiny. DDC on the Wisp. Tiny being played by a Rabbit. Looking to go mid lane, perhaps. DD playing the supporting Apparition.
I like this. We've seen a lot of teams stray away from this, but you should always break these trees and be able to double stack.
And then finally, Maraka-sama Lin playing the Farming Brewmaster in the safe lane. This is, I think, DK were one of the first teams to really exploit this, like MLG Columbus era with their Wisp Luna. They were always stacking these two camps at once.
Actually, I think it was Wisp Gyro, but yeah, they did it with both of those
Yeah,
combos.
Wisp Gyro, you're right. That was the main one they like to exploit it with.
Yeah, and you can like basically pull this one and then flack both of them down.
Yeah.
It was quite efficient.
You get like 2 quadruple stacks, depending on which camps you get. You can even get 5 stacks there, and it's so easy to farm with that max flat cannon.
Yeah, that was the tournament where Havos went for the double rapier YOLO. Lost both the rapiers, bought back, and rejoined the fight, and they won. That was a fun tournament.
DD rune off the bat, so this is nice for Tiny, especially considering it's a mid lane Tiny, and they want to shut down CTY with this dual lane mid. So LGD is like, why win 1 lane when we can straight up win 2 lanes?
Exhort Invoker is very killable in this matchup.
Yeah. Let's see if he goes to Exhort.
He got a good creep
there we
block,
go. Exhort it is.
Yeah, generally with the null and the stats you expect it, but good creep block from him will help him out, but good luck last hitty against this lane.
Yeah.
Double damage rune on Tiny. This is the first wave down the drain.
Yeah.
That sucks.
All the creep waves in the world won't prevent, unless you like creep block it into your tower and have the tower on your side. So I think it's 1. That's a victory when you go to DD Tiny there.
I guess the other thing that does help Tide a bit in this patch, which I was not mentioning, is bottom lane. Was a bit of a stun here, but not enough. Is the Blink Dagger change? So you can rush Blink.
Yep.
I also saw an Orchid Tide the other day, which I was flaming super hard, but yeah, more standard Tide build, pretty strong. I like this a lot from the Wisp though. Very early stacking. There's too many teams that don't do this.
And this is another advantage to the Wisp mid. You're so close to those neutral camps, you're out of the lane for like 15 seconds max, and then you're back there helping the Tiny out. So there's no real hero there stacking this for. Like Tiny can kind of kill it with his if he uses his full combo.
Centaur's decent
kind of, yeah. They're all just they're fine enough. Like it's not like you're stacking Ancients and have no one to kill Ancients. Like there's neutral camps, so they can spam it with enough spells.
Yeah, Tiny is pretty good once he gets the Avalanche toss to level 4. He can just basically one-shot an entire stack.
CTY getting 4 deny. Oh no, that wasn't his 4 deny. That's Tiny's 4 deny. He got this 1 deny.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt his Invoker as much as it used to, with still getting the full experience like a melee hero, even with the creep denies. But hey, a deny is still a deny. It's not fun for Invoker.
Yep.
And he's not farming his Midas up quickly either at this rate.
2-minute rune coming up here. It looks like Yao's going to try scout out at the bottom lane. No one's camping the top one just yet, but Wisp can always sit up there. Wisp not going for the stack right now, but I feel like missing a stack here or there is not that bad because like you're not in a rush to stack it as much as possible. Like either way, by the 6-7 minute mark, you'll have max stacks there, and they won't even be ready to kill it by the time they have the max stacks.
No, they'll want to get to level, I'd say 7 to 8 on the Tiny, or the Centaur gets around 7 or 8 himself.
Yeah.
Well, here comes the push from HGT. Already level 3 in Enchantress, and they do find the Centaur in the trees. Nicely done. He can tango through, but S is there, ready to cut him off. Is there another tango? There is. And they won't even bother.
Yeah. I think you can actually tango to the tier 2 tower just with 1 tango in the tree higher up. So
yeah, you can eat that one.
Yeah.
Here comes the backstab from the Wisp. Well, no, the front stab, I guess. But nonetheless, Wisp comes in. Looks to try and slow down this push. Meanwhile, DD doing his best to zone out the Tidehunter top lane.
I like the pressure from HGT because forcing Wisp off mid lane gives Invoker a good time against the Tiny. Tiny has picked up a Stout Shield pretty early on to just help with that harass, and Tower's going to go down even with the Wisp rotation.
Wow. XTT is being quite a pest to DD here. He's only level 2 and is spamming the Anchor Smash. Not that easy to trade effectively with that extra damage reduction.
That AA Uv build. What is...
Value harass?
Not a fan. I don't know.
He hits level 3.
It's 275 gold.
That's half of your boots. Actually, do you want boots first? If you want to go back for an Uv, but he would have boots now pretty much.
And the move speed slow is so unnoticeable.
This has forced them to leave the Tiny alone mid, though, and that's really going to help the Invoker catch up a bit. He was struggling for farm. Hits level 4, has the boots, and now up to 670 gold, so nicely done. Top lane, meanwhile. Die for XTT, but no real commitment to this just yet.
Yeah, man, that oof slow not doing enough.
They want Yao. They don't have the burst for him.
Oh, they might. Oh, no, he's level 3.
Another Lucent Beam here. Actually, maybe they do. No, that would be a big dive.
Yeah, a bit clunky. Pretty hard not having boots, so ZSMJ was kind of getting unintentionally blocked there. Not much you could do about that.
That value stacking by the Wisp only gets... No, actually, she didn't get anything. Never mind.
Yeah.
No value. She was too late.
Yeah.
It was too late. Whatever. I always get the gender on a Wisp. And then even when I've said all 3, and I've been flamed for all 3. So it's one of those heroes where I just can't win, man. And I'm also calling it Wisp, and it's EO, so...
When it comes
double flame coming.
When it comes to Twitch chat, no one ever wins.
Well, losers win. Loser talk prevails.
Yeah.
So XTT getting a pretty good level progression in the off lane for HGT, but Yao actually doing better. That is the upside to that early push. Sunstrike, DDC. Oh no, CTY a bit off the mark. That would have been a first blood. He was just only slightly off there.
Yeah. All right. No first blood still, so whoever gets that will get a nice little gold boost, and we'll see exactly where that's going to come. CTY, what?
He's invis.
Oh, he's invis. Oh, it's the Wisp that you can't see invis.
Yes, very nice.
Nice Centaur toss in. First blood goes LGD's way. Yao getting the kill as well.
Slam jam. Thank you, man.
I like Yao getting the kill. I don't think it's an intentional thing, but I think he benefits most because his Blink Dagger is going to be an important timing for LGD.
Now the top lane. They've gotten off this clap on XTT. The Kraken Shell. No, not enough. He's actually taken 2 points in Kraken Shell as well. Leveling it up just to deal with this harassment, and as a stout shield.
Unconventional, for sure.
Normally you max Anchor Smash and just bully the supports out of lane.
Yeah.
Occasionally support Tides will max Gush first. Oh, at least historically. I think less so now with the improvements to Anchor Smash, but... Sunstrike, mid lane. Oh, not going to connect on Chao 2G, but he ran back in. This one right click could finish him off. CTY. Level 7 on the back of that one. What a play.
It's the Radiant Observer. Tiny could have just straight up ran, but he didn't realize there was a high ground ward. The high ground ward gave CTY the vision to just attack uphill, and luckily for him, no RNG misses and gets the kill. Well,
he deserves no RNG misses there. He's been pretty close on his Sunstrikes.
Yeah.
Yao might get caught. Oh, they just run in. No patience here from HGT.
Sweet.
You want to wait for him to like just start moving forward, and then you go. And the closing distance when both heroes are moving towards each other isn't normally enough to get in range.
Enchantress has been pretty low impact this game. I'd say. Like, they got the fast tier 1 tower, but apart from that,
that's it.
No
that is
ganks.
Literally it.
No, I mean there was a little bit of pressure bottom lane, but just no real ganks coming from S. And I don't think it's his fault.
Tony's coming. They've got the Avatar combo. They've also got the backstab from EO, and in they go. The toss is there. Nope, not used yet. Just a straight up dunk. See ya, Luna. Yao. Okay, for now, he's actually skilled up his ultimate. They run right through S. They're hunting for more. This could be a triple kill for the team. LGD overrunning pretty hard. He carapaces, turns around, gets the Centaur, but this will be his death. Avalanche cooling down, and well, gets the 2 here on Pale. Is there any chance? There's got to be a toss soon. 1 second's time. They don't have the vision. Oh, I thought they had that for sure.
Centaur double edge on a carapace.
Sunstrike! Ooh, that was close. Didn't count on the tether. Meanwhile, top lane, XTT. He's not having fun. Yeah, good luck. The Oov will find you.
Oov OP. That ancient apparition Oov.
Oh, ye of little faith. CTY's been decent on Invoker so far.
Yeah, I think he's placed like that's the right place to throw that Sunstrike. Just the tether.
You can't anticipate a tether in the middle of that chaos.
Oh, Ice Blast mid. This could be bad for CTY. Oh, the TP will scare him off.
Oh, no, not gonna find it.
If that TP wasn't there, I think it may have been a kill because CTY was not going to back off just from Tiny alone.
He's got his Gloves of Haste to work now towards a Midas, and outside of the Invoker farming well, Luna just the treads online for ZSMJ does have Eclipse, but Brewmaster getting close to Blink. That is my biggest concern right now from HGT is this mid-game team fight. Toss into Centaur Stomp, Stampede, and Centaur with a Blink. Good luck taking team fighting.
AA's already level 6. Like having a level 6 AA 7 minutes in the game is huge. Often you don't see support seeing level 6 till 10+ minutes. So.
He's 2-0-0. And he's done a good job of just getting his farm on in general.
Brings a salve to his buddy Lin in the top lane, and well, this is
and it's him buying most of the wards here as well. So
yeah, Wisp with bottle. Wisp is also going to have a decent time on level 6. So
top lane, they're diving for ZSMJ. Has an Eclipse, but doesn't want to waste it against this Panda ultimate. In fact, it'll just get popped immediately. They'll bring down ZSMJ here, likely with the cold feet. And now Pretty Haw.
I don't know why
could be next.
Cancel that TP.
Can get boulder tossed. Can get locked down.
Yeah.
If the Panda did not ult, maybe you consider TPing.
Yes.
But no way once he has.
When the Panda goes for that straight ulti, you've got to cancel that TP. Because Luna's 100% dead to the Panda ultimate, and what are you going to do with that TP and except die? And meanwhile, Invoker dies mid to the Wisp Tiny combo. Rabbit almost going down, but... Oh, this is not a good game 2 start for HGT.
And their lineup is... It's just going to be hard for them to catch up against LGD. LGD has extremely strong team fight, great split push, great gank. They're difficult to kill with the Centaur ult and some 3 tanky cores. It's just not easy to mount a comeback against their lineup in general.
Yeah.
Luna hasn't gone greedy, Invoker hasn't gotten his Midas yet. And who's gonna mount the comeback? Tide with no blink, Nyx with no level 6 yet. I don't know where I don't know who the engine is, the locomotive for this team.
Tide's just going to be rushing a mech as well, it looks like. Picks up a buckler, so he's not going for that fast blink or even arcane boots.
It is so they have Stampede. It's so easy to dodge Ravage.
Yeah.
Even without Stampede, like Ravage's travel time is not that impressive after the nerf it got. I think it was like 6 to 9 months ago.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Here
see a
comes the
smoke
smoke.
from HGT. They want to make use of this Ravage, even if it's just a solo kill. They'll take whatever they can get, especially if it's on like a core hero like Brewmaster or Tiny.
And we'll walk into the enemy jungle there. Ancient Apparition ult coming in. It won't see anyone.
It's annoying because it clipped them though, so this fight suddenly gets a bit riskier when they've got the Ice
They're
Blast effect
wrapping
on.
around. They're hoping for some heroes to be at the tower. And in fact, Shao-Tuji's here. There's no relocate. He didn't
level
skill his
6.
ultimate.
What's he done?
Oh gosh, they Centaur ult. They might get him out safely. Shao-Tuji scurrying away. The Rockman on the move. They want to just ravage this and go for a kill. Where's the ultimate for DDC? This is the easiest save ever. Instead, he's just useless. The Ravage flies. It even clips him as well. He might go down for
He's
this.
still fine!
He's what?
The Sunstrike misses, the Ravage wasn't
Freaking-
enough.
No damage. No
Oh, he's
deeps.
Brew.
Now a blink, a clap, the auto crit, and the right clicks come out. The Impale being cancelled by Pretty Holly hesitates. It costs him his life.
Dear.
Sloppy play from HGT. Sloppy skill build from the Wisp.
Yeah,
and
that was...
doesn't matter.
Yeah, bit of a... just...
It's a misclick. I mean, it does
Silly.
happen, but it could have been a costly misclick, and turns out to be fine.
Yeah. It ends fine, and, well, nothing going HGT's way. They don't get a single kill off of that. Even Ravage being used. Like, what?
And now you know Ravage is on cooldown. You go fight. You go fight now.
Yeah, you can relocate into any fight you want. Like, maybe there's an Impale. I guess there's Impale Eclipse still, but... Oh, man, this is looking bad for HGT.
Hasterin up now and Lin. He'll lead the way. He's got an ult online. Blink, clap, and say hello to some cold. CTY gets clipped. He will throw to Sunstrike, stands his ground, and the only thing he could do there, but it is hardly enough.
Does some damage to Yao, but that's all he's done. And this tier 1 tower maybe going to go down to follow this one. The Tornado from this Wild Wing. Anything? Yeah, let's say Tornado. That'll do it.
You know,
Tornado.
I really like in top lane. We had a relocate onto XTT, and oh, he's dead. One more right click. There's a nuke available. Maybe not with the Impale. He's barely going to live. Are the orbs cooling down? They're not ready yet. XTT going to survive. No, the long range toss slams it in. Shao-Tuji. He hits the three-pointer. Now going in mid. The Stampede, the blink is all there on S, and down he goes as well. 3 heroes dead. LGD just rolling over HGT.
Yeah.
Man.
It was... right now, the Chinese, like... scene is just, I don't know, it's in a weirdly weird place. Like, one day HGT's dominating, beating Vici Gaming, Dreamtime's taking games off DK, 2-0ing other teams as well. And then you've got LGD, who are suddenly looking like an amazing top-tier team. So it's really hard to say what's going to happen when it comes to TI for qualifiers, and even just in this tournament, it's so unpredictable.
Even in TI4, I mean,
yeah.
Power rank your teams. DK, obvious #1.
China
but,
top 4, done.
Yeah. But... they've not exactly been flawless post
No, no,
to me, DK is the team that will just press the kill switch when they go to a LAN. Nonetheless, though,
yep.
you know, you've got teams like Vici Gaming doing really well at EMS and then kind of sloppy ever since, so it's just hard to say. And with the new patch, who knows?
Yeah. And apologies to the Chinese teams out there. What I meant to say was China top 5. Potentially top 6, because we'll have... if China wins the wildcard, there's 6 Chinese teams at TI.
Oh, you're saying they'll get all top 6?
Yeah,
slots.
man. Yeah, done.
Okay. What's your bet for this one, David?
Man. You gotta give me some good odds. Like, this is like a 1 in I don't know, 1 in 1,000 chance that would even happen. So I need some good odds to even consider betting on this.
Well, I don't have anything to offer you
No.
that's good enough.
You don't. That's okay.
Those odds are so low. Maybe Twitch chat collectively can offer you something. As an amoeba.
Every Twitch viewer here.
Oh, they can't push into this. This is not going to end well, I feel. Ancient Apparition ult coming in. It's going to connect
there's
on
a
2.
blink.
Luna walks back into it.
clap
They've got a
for 5
Centaur ult.
seconds.
They don't have a Panda ult for 5.
Radiant's top
They'll
tower
scare him back with a clap, and Muraka's going to be waiting for his next blink, and then he'll go in with the ulti maybe.
This is almost desperation mode from HGT. Going into Centaur, Tiny Wisp, and Panda. Oh, and clumping for it as well. Sure, you've got Ravage, but Panda ult's the trump card this game.
Here we
Blink,
go.
clap, he'll pop the ult immediately. Now ZSMJ, what's he gonna do? Eats a boulder toss to the face, eats a few right clicks, Centaur gets deployed.
Die.
Yeah, he gonna die.
I don't
Fight's
think
over.
it's on there. Yeah, they relocated Wisp in, so Wisp actually is going to be out of this fight in just a second. Nice Ravage catches full, but there's no follow-up.
But what?
It's XCT dead. Wisp is gone, unfortunately, but he's going to be...
And now you can't fight for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. Wisp is going to be flanking now as well, so here we go. DDC.
Blink in. The clap's there onto a nice Carapace. Stunning him up and killing him under tower, but the Tony's here. The Centaur strong as well. 4 heroes dead. It's going to be 5 as slowed by the tether. Tossed, dunked, eliminated, discarded, and destroyed. And yeah, this is over. 17-3.
This is like one of those, do you consider calling GG when you still got a T1 tower up? Like
They have no real access to late game. Luna's rushing BKB. Invoker still doesn't have his Midas. Their lineup can go somewhat late, but LGD are dire side. They can go Roche.
Yeah.
I might be the negative Nancy of the cast,
No,
but
no.
it's pretty over, man.
I'm not one to bullshit our viewers. This is not I mean, it's still a fun game worth seeing what happens from here, but to turn this game around is...
So this is the part where, since the game's probably over, we can just run ads, right? Get some Twitch dollars. K-pop's on the case.
K-pop's replied affirmative. Run the Summit trailer. We need more ticket sales. I don't think we've sold enough tickets here, guys. Come on. Actually, the ticket sales goes to the team. Screw that. Let's run some ads. If you guys don't buy the Summit ticket because you're supporting the teams, not BTS.
How dare you? How dare you support
No,
the team?
we're all about the teams here. If you guys do want to support the teams, add $2.50 to the price. Well, there is a Summit ticket available, and that does actually help grow the price. We're already up to like 105K
5,000?
about. Yeah,
Something like that.
we've grown pretty fast. And
Dire's middle tower
25K in 3 days, not too shabby. Here comes the backstab, LGD. The relocate going to be coming in right over the middle of the team fight. Out come the Tiny Wisp. They do get off a decent counter initiation. The Eclipse is here. Oh man, I may have spoken too soon. Yeah, on the run. The Tiny going to work though. Centaur still alive. XTT. 4 heroes dead. Okay, I didn't speak too soon.
is this a GG? ZSMJ TP'd out, and there we go. GG. T1 tower bottom still alive, and they just tap out. They say there's nothing we can